I fear I have done something wrong with the stream. Potter. I forgot to press start and add the information on the Facebook Live. I must correct this immediately or Dumbledore will suspect me. And if Dumbledore suspects me, that means that Voldemort will not be so... Oh, I said his name. Forgive me, my lord. It is he who must not be named. Wolf, Mother Love, join the stream. Excellent. Our numbers grow by the day, my lord. For we will overthrow the ministry and Dumbledore will fall. But until then, please turn your textbooks to page 394. But sir, isn't there going to be 394? Alright, I think I got everything set up here. Alright, this is set. This is set. Cool. Alright, so first things first. Let's get our Friday drink on, shall we? Got my little shot glass in the shape of a shotgun shell. Huge fan of this thing. I got my Tito's. Still trying to get rid of this stuff. Look, I've been drinking this for, I shit you not, like a month and a half now. And I'm, what, just like at a third full by this point? Unfortunately, I will not be able to finish it today, as I have places to be tonight, and I also have things to do. Gotta make sure I pour it over the... out of the keyboard! There we go. It's always a scary moment. You have to really kind of just... do that motion again. Oh, it looks like this. It looks like this. That's definitely not gonna get gift at some point in my future. And then we have this. We have this to mix it with. Pineapple orange nectar. This shit is fucking good. I'm telling you, man. Costco delivers every single time, every single day. Except for when they inexplicably just move shit. Or they stop selling the shit that I want to buy. Then I'm looking all over the fucking store. I can't find it. Then I gotta go to someone and it's like, hey, do you guys still have blah, blah, blah? And they're like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. We stopped selling that, but you can look online for our inventory. Motherfucker, why do you take away the stuff that I like? Stop doing that. I was eating that. All right. Okay, let's get down to business. I have a class to teach in domestic politics, or the politics of the domestic, however you prefer to define it. So, Trump is an embarrassment, as always, a self-dealing creep, but let's hear it for himself.
Factories in Arizona in particular, the biggest company in the world is building. They're leaving Taiwan, meaning to build this. They're building their biggest plant, and I think we're going to have a big percentage of chips. Right now, you know, we had virtually nothing. We didn't make chips anymore. And Intel came in, they had a problem. I said, I can solve your problem, but I want 10% of the company.
Literal communism. Literal communism. Like I covered yesterday how the Texas MAGA pedo party was saying how the grid in New York is socialism. It's not. It's literal capitalism. And then Texas is far worse because they have oligarchy. They have the state government that is a stranglehold working with elite business people who then fund those people in government, and it is a parasitic / symbiotic relationship that keeps the two in power. It is oligarchy. It's not socialism. It's not communism. It's closer to It's uber capitalism at that point. Now, what Trump is describing, that's literal communism. He is saying that the government should have a stake in the company. But where's the outrage from MAGA? God, it is quieter than an SAT test just before someone farts. That's so his boyfriend wouldn't complain about his cum tasting like piss. That's why he drinks OJ. It's not orange juice. It's pineapple nectar. And also, the fact that you hear pineapple nectar and your first association with that is, oh my god, gay sex, yes, yes, yes. It says more about you than me, dude. Also, it's vodka. Have you never heard of vodka pineapple? It's a very fucking common drink. Are you even old enough to drink? No, of course not. You type like you're barely even old enough to be out of the fucking house without a parental permit. Hey, you're probably just at the same age that Trump likes him, since Trump is in the Epstein list.
They said, what? I said, I want 10% of the company. And he agreed to. And the stock has gone through. So I think we made 60 or 70 billion dollars in 8 months.
So that's probably bullshit. Just saying. I mean, when he throws out these random numbers, 95% of the time is bullshit. Hastings 6052, welcome.
Do I give credit for that? No. Somebody said, that's not very American. I said, no, I think it is very American, actually. And I've done that with other deals.
I think they had a loan anyway from the CHIPS Act, and now it's better to have equity than a loan, you would think.
It worked out well from our standpoint.
Right, that's what I mean.
We really had no investment. We had, on zero investment, we made about, I guess, $70 billion in a period of 8 or 9 months.
And here's the other thing is that, like, Intel has competitors, and a lot of these people are going to be pissy now because if it's true that Intel is actually there's two things that are going to happen. Either one, their competitors are going to be pissy because Intel is going to get all this government money, all this taxpayer-funded capitalist welfare, and then they're like, what? Where's ours? We want to give us some treasury, please, Mr. Commerce Secretary. People, give us the monies. And then they're going to get butthurt and jealous, which can start some infighting in the billionaire class. Or they're going to see that Trump is taking over Intel and be like, whoo, we dodged a bullet. Oh, man. Everybody pop the champagne. Intel is going the way of Trump steaks and Trump airline. It's going to be one of those two scenarios, and I'm very excited to see which it's going to be. Hamzi1 says, I am from the other side of the world, but suddenly I'm interested in whatever this is. Wait until I finish this drink. It's only one shot. I got shit to do, but I'll get a little more. It'll loosen my tongue a wee little bit. Also, speaking of corruption,
I feel badly in a way for my kids because every time my kids do, if they invest in a stock or if they go and do a bill, anything they do, because the presidency is so powerful, so big, everything, if they buy a cupcake company, well, the energy to make the cupcakes is, sort of like, how's my energy policy? So
look at this ugly child raping toad. He's proud of it. He's bragging about how he can enrich his sons because he's using insider trading and insider information to rig the capitalist system, which is already pretty rigged against everybody that's not worth $1 billion. And look at this fat, ugly fuck brag. Look at this makeup covered raccoon brag about this shit.
To make the cupcakes is,
To make the cupcakes. You have to make the cupcakes. No. Look, say it with me. You can't say cupcakes. You can't do it. No, it has to be cupcakes. Has to be cupcakes, people. Make sure you say cupcakes. Is there really 4th of July in USA now? No, that's tomorrow. About 10 hours from now.
Sort of like, how's my energy policy? So therefore you have a conflict. Almost anything they do, if they want to buy a truck, if they want to buy, if they buy an energy efficient truck, they have inside information.
There it is. They have insider information. Every fucking thing that they said that Hunter Biden was doing, that Joe Biden was doing, that fucking Obama was doing, Trump is bragging about it. He's not only confessing, he's bragging. And you know what's going to happen? If the Democrats win the House in 2020 or 2026, even if the Democrats win the presidency in 2028, you know what's going to happen to this orange child raping fuck? Probably nothing. Because the Democrats are cowards. They are cucks to the institution that will do absolutely fucking nothing to uphold the rule of law. And that is why the people are sick and tired of this shit. They're sick and tired of both parties. Because when the MAGA pedo party gets in charge, they just enrich themselves. And then when the Democrats get in charge, there's a little milquetoast thing, some lukewarm improvements, a little step forward in rights once or twice here. But then the big picture gets fucking lost because billionaires get more billionaire, rich people get richer, and the status quo continues where poor people are absolutely and royally fucked. The working class is completely thrown out the window, and people are fucking sick of this. And you know what's funny about it? is that Trump is so trauma-scarred from Jack Smith that he's behind the scenes enraged about the possibility of Democrats getting the House. But it's like, what the fuck are the Democrats? Here's a subpoena. Wait, Mr. DOJ, who's under Trump's command, can you enforce a subpoena? No. No, not going to do that. But the Constitution. I don't care. But the Supreme Court, you have to enforce. Fuck you. I don't. They're giving me bribes. I don't give a shit. Everything is fucking corrupt, and the fact that these guys are terrified of I wish that the Democrats were as badass and scary as Trump and the MAGA pedo party make them out to seem, because they are fucking not. The only time the Democrats are actually scary and formidable is when they're fighting off their left flank, which are trying to end wars and give people health care. I don't think anti-fascists know what fascism is, says the one and only 2468. I don't think you know what either are, so there's that. Timothy Travis W6U says, is Mitch McConnell still alive? It's funny. Someone was posting about that about a day or two ago. I have no idea, and I couldn't care less. I wish him misery and pain. Velingara 1, welcome.
So it's pretty tough in that sense. I tell my kids, stay away from as much as you can stay away from, but they also have a life. They feel badly in a way from it.
It's just pathetic. It just shows everything with the MAGA pedo party is always projection, whether it be the corruption of Hunter, which is exactly what Kushner, Trump Jr., Eric, Ivanka, and everyone else are doing, whether it be the Epstein files, which Trump is in there more than fucking Jesus and Harry Potter in their respective books combined, whether it be starting wars overseas, which is what Trump is now doing. Everything is projection. So the base assumption to start with is that when Republican pedos make an accusation, just assume they're the ones doing it. That is the safest thing to do. These are true descendants of Nazi ideology, where accuse them of that which you are guilty. Joseph Goebbels, I think, said that, if I remember correct. And that's exactly what Republicans do every time. They do it every single time, whether it be Hillary's emails, and then Trump is using an unsecure BlackBerry to text his bestie, Vladdy. Every single time, it's always projection. Whatever takes the focus off of Trump being in the Epstein list. I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Timothy. Well, for example, the whole war in Iran is started to distract from the Epstein files. Is that what you're talking about? Stan Durko, 115. Welcome back, Stan Durko. Good to see you. Who cares if Mitch is around? Yeah, I don't. He's so fucking. They took Mitch McConnell and they put him in the turtle cuck chair, and he's there now like, well, this chair is nice and all, but I'd like to have the gavel back. No, Mitch, we put you there because you fucked up. You betrayed Trump. You betrayed Trump the Magnificent. We're not bringing you back. Well, that's all nice and everything, but I'd really like to have say in politics. Here's some lettuce. Shut the fuck up. That's the new relationship between Trump and Mitch. Doormaster Johnson says you're not going to get a pass when the Muslims take over. You didn't even use the right version of your. Maybe, Doormaster Johnson, maybe you should actually hire a Muslim so that they can teach you better English, because clearly they know it better than you do, you fucking weirdo. What else am I missing here? Jiggleballs. Hey, Jiggleballs, welcome. I am drinking, but I'm not going to forget this time. I have made the connection. And it's only one shot, so I got shit to do after this. I can't have much more than that. Welcome back, Mr. Jiggleballs. Stan Durko, MAGA, love criminals. Weekend at Trump. Mitch is stuffed. Yeah, pretty much. Vicky Weber, 8251. If he dies, Bashar can appoint a Democrat. That's why they might cover up if he passes. That's a very good question. Very, very good point, Vicky Weber. I personally, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think Mitch is gonna pass. These people are just so fucking stubborn and vile, and they literally come out of the thought of spiting Democrats. I don't foresee him dying. He'll have an orgasm, but he's not going to have a heart attack. He'll have an orgasm, but not an aneurysm. How about that? All right, where was I? You can't make this shit up. A Trump supporter. Oh, this is gold, by the way. A Trump supporter lost nearly $33,000 on Trump tokens and somehow blames Democrat and anti-Trump investors. Not Trump, who made $1.5 billion from his crypto scam in 2025. It's a cult. It's a cult. You could not see this any more clearly if they were drinking from a Gatorade bottle. It is clearly a fucking cult. Stan Durko, they won't admit if he died. I agree. I personally, I just don't think Mitch McConnell's gonna die. You know, I mean, movies and books and literature and comics all give us these rose-colored glasses where it's like if someone is evil, there's going to be a comeuppance, right? And there's going to be a happy ending. The fact is, the reality is much more Game of Thrones style, right? Where just everybody dies. It's much more Departed. Everybody dies, but never in the time frame where it's going to benefit the overall character arc or anything like that. So I don't think that that's going to happen personally. MAGA have dug in their heels so deeply, nothing will break their fixation for Trump, not facts or data or truth or even their own two eyes. They're a weak cult and can't be helped. Two-Tone Twin, I fully agree. I wish MAGA pedophiles nothing but pain and suffering. I wish them exactly what they have given to us. Like, we need to stop turning the other cheek and taking the high road and all this other shit. No. When the MAGA pedo party gets everything that they have wished on other people, then we can tone it down. Until then, may they may they get exactly what they voted for. Liftwaffen says, how Yiddish is your surname? Holy fuck, I could hear the boots. I could hear the goose stepping as you typed that. So Liftwaffen is an actual Nazi pedophile. May you be Nuremberg. Oh, another triggered MAGA pedophile. The Sheikh 1717 says, shut your gay ass up. Make me, honey. Make me, honey. This gay ass is right over here, and I don't only want to see you once every RNC. I don't want to see your profile go from deactivated before the RNC to activated during it. Listen here, the Sheikh 1777. You need to make sure that if you're going to fuck this gay ass, that you keep that Grindr profile on at all times, or I will out you. I will out you. Durka, Stan 420 says, gay boy flying Antifa flag saying the other's a cult. Homie, look in the mirror. You are literally a fan of a pedophile. Your leader is the guy who's crashing the economy. You're sitting right now in a dumpy living room while Trump and his leaders are having steak and lobster dinners, and you're eating a literal shit sandwich. And you're mad at me over a flag. You understand how fucking stupid you are? This is, I swear to God, every MAGA pedophile that comes into my chat has a lobotomy just before typing. Timothy Travis says, at this point, if you're voting for a master, then you're voting to be a slave. Yes, correct. That is why the MAGA pedo party continuously votes Republican. Vicky Weber, he may not die, but after he needed CPR, his brain is fried. Yeah, I mean, his brain is like Fetterman's at this point. It's total fucking mush. Homsy1, excuse my ignorance. So USA is split in half or so with Trump, another half with who? Homsy1 is a little bit more complicated than that. It's not even really half and half because there was somewhere around, I don't know, 160 million votes in the 2024 election, just off the top of my head. But there's about 360 million people in the country. I really should look up how many of those are voting age, but I remember reading about this, and I can't recall the exact amounts, but what I recall is that half the country voted, one way or the other, like you're saying, and then half the other country that could vote did not vote. So it's not even an issue of half and half, and even within Trump's own base, it's eroding, and also Trump's own base is a minority. What happens is you get Democrats that stay home because the Democrats run shitty candidates on shitty policies, and then they don't inspire independents, these so-called swing voters, so therefore they stay home as well. So you just get, I can't describe it any better than the South Park episode of a shit sandwich and a giant douche. So, that's just not inspiring, so people sit out. Steve's 9955 says, rage bait, cool. Esteban 7143 says, Antifa, you must have been at the Capitol on January 6th. Actually, Esteban, Antifa was on the beaches of Normandy fighting Nazi pedophiles like you. Fun fact. Steve's 9955 says, keep eating Tide Pods, my boy. Yeah, keep misspelling words. You're saying I eat Tide Pods. You can't even type a fucking sentence properly. Holy fuck, the chat is popping off. Wow. Oh, I triggered all the MAGA pedophiles. Oh, let's go. It is a MAGA pedo party in my chat. Let's do this. Two-Tone Twin says anti means against smart MAGAs. Wait a minute, I got to go back. Blah, blah, blah. Two-Tone Twin, he must have then pardoned them, Esteban. I don't know what you mean, Two-Tone. Diesel Punk Ninja says, Antifa, aren't they communists? No, you're just an idiot and believes fucking propaganda. Reaper362 says, look at this fucking loser, says the dude who's in my chat at 3 p.m. on a fucking Friday with an anonymous profile. But get the fuck out of here. Attention, MAGA. Where's the 5K Doge check? It's an Adolf, Donald, Jackass, Shitless, Trump bucket. Stan, I love how you keep reminding me of that because I've been, like, that was one of the things I kind of memory hold, so I'm glad you keep bringing it up because I got to bring that up more. Anti means against, smart MAGAs. Yeah. Exactly, Two-Tone. J Dizzle says 79. What a sad life this guy has. Fucking loser. Get a fucking life, soy boy. I have a sad life, and yet you're a pedophile that's always in my chat rather than chasing kids. But as I've always said, I would rather have MAGA pedophiles coming into my chat than coming on children. So thank you, J Dizzle 79, for being in my chat. I'm glad I could waste your time and trigger you. You're welcome. Two-Tone Twin. Okay, sorry. I don't know what you're saying sorry for. Diesel Punk Ninja says this guy is menstruating. This is why you can't get laid, because you can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. You think this face is menstruating? You think this face is capable of menstruating? Like, the soy boy insult is actually better, but you just prove that you don't fuck. That's all you do. Sleazy Mac Y3M. Oh, he's triggered. MAGA pedophile using all caps. Oh, wait, Sleazy Mac, I'm so sorry. Sleazy Mac! I gotta pump the brakes, I'm sorry. Friendly fire! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! I'm sorry, Sleazy Mac, I misread your comment. Let my fast off. Oh my god, I've been on this for a second. Trump is a pedo, Oh wait, no, you are a MAGA pedophile. Oh, you are a MAGA pedophile. Okay. Damn! I'm glad that change on the play. Friendly fire stands. Sleazy Mac is a pedophile. Estonian man says, look at this gay commie. Thank you, honey. I'm so glad you came in here. It's still amazing. Like, these MAGA pedophiles come in here and call me gay. It's like, okay, you rape children. Do you understand the difference in severity of insults? Oh, you're just gay. Okay, child rapist. What? You literally fuck children. You are a rapist. You are a pedophile. You are featured on Law & Order. Dun dun. You are what every person in America hates. Uncle Fister 5000, is this what you're doing on a Friday night? Holy shit, just ended, bud. You don't have shit going on in your life. And yet you're the one here. Stop typing and just kick the fucking chair out from under you already, Uncle Fister 5000. What are you waiting for? If you need courage, here. It's okay, Uncle Fister. It's okay. You'll feel nothing but darkness and blackness. Just do it. MAGA only listen to a 34-count felon, rapist, racist. Exactly, Stan Durgo. Smokey, you sound like a pedo yourself, little bro. Yet you voted for one. You voted for a pedophile. So now I actually am kind of scared because if anyone knows pedophiles, it's you. So it's kind of scary that you're saying that you know that I look like one. What do I do now? Check the files for Trump's name, Diesel. Exactly, They never will. They never will because these MAGA pedophiles are so wrapped up in the cocoon of propaganda, they can't, like, actually think. Like, remember, they did away with critical race theory because they didn't want critical thinking. So rather than actually think, wow, the guy who ran on the Epstein files is in the Epstein files, and now he's redacting the Epstein files while refusing to release the Epstein files, but releasing the names of the victims on the Epstein files, but not releasing the names of the perpetrators of the Epstein files. This kind of seems like something who's guilty would do. That's fucking weird, right? Hidalgo79 says they called us sheeple, but they are the ones being corralled and led to slaughter without complaint. Hey, Hidalgo, I've been saying all we have to do is outlive them. These MAGA pedophiles deny all, like, basic science, right? They're not taking vaccine. Like, if they were to break their leg tomorrow, if they were to get an infection from that broken leg, they would just take whatever podcast advice they get. And I love that for them. I hope they take the most quackiest, cranky, bullshit advice that anyone can give them. Buddy, please stop pushing communism. Can you just let the president clean up the mess? Clean up what mess? The economy was on the upswing. Inflation was going down. And now, because your Fuhrer is a 34-count felon who's a pedophile in the Epstein files, everything is crashing. Hey, by the way, where's your Doge checks? Where's your Doge checks, little buddy? Shut the fuck about Two-Tone. Two-Tone Quinn, can I like your comments in here? I can't. Two-Tone Twin, thank you so much for the commentary here. Shut the fuck up about communism, you MAGA cult cowards. Jesus fucking Christ, your VP is the one that called your alpha Hitler, then flipped for the money. So true. If people forget that J.D. Vance was the first to call him Hitler. Canadian chick, Antifa is the very addition of an oxymoron. They're anti-fascist while being fascist of the highest caliber. It's hilarious. Canadian chick, that they wouldn't be called anti-fascist. They would just be called fascist, which is what Trump and the MAGA pedo party are. And also pedophiles like you. It's amazing how actually Republicans like pedophile Canadian dash chick here are the first time I've ever heard of a woman raping children was a Republican. And that broke a couple weeks ago. That was insane to read about. Shut the fuck up, Canada. This is our country. By the way, I'm from Tunisia, so people here don't laugh at my questions. Okay, Holmesy, I got you. Insert name here, 18, says, wait until you find out the Jews are Nazis. Incorrect. The Jews are not Nazis. Zionists are Nazis, and Zionists are not only Jewish people. In fact, many Zionists are Christians. Soul Transient says, can't wait to see you in prison. LOL. Why? Because you want to meet me there? You're already there. You need a cellmate, you fucking pedophile? Trump is a court-adjudicated rapist. This is not speculation. It's not a left-wing talking point. It has been repeatedly upheld in courts. And to any decent human being, that would be a deal-breaker. Two-Tone Twin with the fucking masterclass in commentary. Trump admits that he stared into a guy's eyes and fell in love with him. Trump is definitely a closet bisexual. I tell you what, Stan Durko, Trump's like closeted homosexual comments makes Mike Pence look like James Bond. Dear Trump supporters, laughing face sheep. Yeah, they're all sheep. Don't like a user-TTBR549. Don't like America? Get the fuck out. Yeah, that's great advice. Meanwhile, this dude lives in a place with no AC on his mother's dime, eating a literal shit sandwich while the Trump pedo party dines on lobsters and shrimp. Okay, dude. Okay. Let the adults do the work here. Zay0991, Trump is a convicted sex offender. Yes, he is. Kyle Macbeth, 1910. Nice, keep calling out the MAGA rats pedophiles. Always. All day, every day. One a day OAD says, how can we talk? The same way that you just did. By typing on your keyboard, brother. Republicans protect pedophiles. That's their entire party ideology right now. The Bear G, do you want to destroy Israel? I want Israel to be held accountable because they are a genocidal terrorist pedophile state. Executive, House, Senate, even the judicial side was SCOTUS, and he still cannot get anything done but blame Biden and Obama. That's actually really true. Oh, we have a triggered MAGA pedophile. Avaka IQ4FM says, I'm pro, anti, and then slur. Guess which slur? The internalized, like, homoerotica from MAGA pedos always amazes me. They are so fucking in the closet, dude. The fact they think gay is an insult in the 21st century is freaking adorable, says Mike Johnson 2592. Yeah, dude, that's their go-to insult because they can't stop thinking of gay shit. Nobody thinks about... Republicans think more about gay shit than gay people. The horniest gay dudes in West Hollywood think less about fucking other men than Republicans do. Not the sharpest cult, are they? Fuck no. Canadian chick, Lamau. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to catch up on this chat. Okay, I'm just going to have to scroll to the bottom here. They're flirting, yeah. Hatred without a red hat. If you don't want to destroy Israel, what are we even doing here? I don't even know what you mean by the... What does that even mean, destroy Israel? What, you want to nuke it? You want to bomb it? What does that even mean? I'm not in favor of more wars. Even a war with Israel. This is very simple. Sean... Oh, Sean-J8R3K is a triggered mega pedo. Got him. Tony Benk is also a mega pedo. Oh my God. It is MAGA pedo central in this chat. We are 1493 is also a MAGA pedophile. I gotta get the chat to shut the fuck up. Lee John 6871 says, you know more about sucking dick for drugs. Again, he's speaking from personal experience, it sounds like. Like, these MAGA pedos come in here and then they immediately say gay shit that even gay people don't think of. I am never going to catch up on this chat, so I just gotta start fucking muting people. Bitter Biscuits, MAGA pedophile. Jolly Roger, 1213, MAGA pedophile. Reporting not going to do shit. Yeah, that's true. That's why I just block them. Okay. Okay. I think I can finally get back to the news. William Cunningham, 1669, says, stop projecting your insecurities, director. Yeah, me impersonating me being gay is definitely a sign of my insecurity of being called gay. You got me, dude. Real. I tell you what, when they send the MAGA pedophiles in my chat, they're not sending the best. They're not sending the brightest. My grandfather was Antifa and they gave him a medal for it. Go figure. MAGA minions are delusional. MAGA are so secure. Yeah. Zay, Michael Johnson, and Two Tone Twin, thank you guys always so much for your support. You guys are rocking it in the chat. I got to make one of you mods at some point. Anyways, let's get back to the fucking story at hand before I got sidetracked. Holy crap, that was a mess.
These are two investors into the Trump coin, and these are Trump supporters. If Trump was putting his name behind it, it must be a legitimate investment. This is a woman who spoke to Reuters. She put $2,000 of her savings into the Trump meme. At the end of May, her Trump holding was worth less than $120. She now thinks it was just a pump and dump scheme.
Wow, what are the odds of that?
The second investor, Matt, a 45-year-old machinist in Indiana, put $40,000 into Trump family tokens. When a stock has presidential backing in a way, at least from his sons, you would think it would go up. Matt's shares have dropped 79% in value since he bought them for a loss of about $32,700. He does not blame the Trump family. He said he believes Democrats and anti-Trump investors are taking short positions.
Yeah, people are taking short positions because they know this is a dumb fucking investment. It's amazing how people, you know, these MAGA pedophiles like this love to talk so much about the free market, and then when people engage in the free market, then they're like, well, this is rigged. It's not fair. Yeah, no shit, dude. The free market and capitalism is rigged. You're so close. Oh, my God. You're just... You know, it's almost the size of your dick. You're just so close. You're so fucking close, MAGA. You're so fucking close. Only because it works, they are more gay on the right than we are on the left. We are finding out how gay Trump is, too, and since when does Trump have to be innocent of something to make money on it? Calling people and saying, hey, MAGA, please keep reporting. Thank you. Yeah, I think the MAGA actually, this is the most viewers I've ever had in a stream. By the way, please... make sure to give this a like and a please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to build this channel. Yeehaw, cowboy queers for Palestine. Hey, there you go, Long Dong. Trump blew Bill Clinton. That's kind of gay? No. Oh, Long Dong is actually a MAGA pedophile. He played the long game. He got me. They don't call him Long Dong for nothing. His name is Long Dong MAGA pedophile. Sue Trump until we can put him in jail. Vicky Weber 8251, welcome. Why do you always ask the guilty the questions about the crime? Trump is currently post-sexual. Mr. Floppy isn't having sex with anyone. JD's still fucking the couch, though. And here we go with President Trump promised his big, beautiful bill would supercharge the economy. Critics saw something else, a giant transfer of resources from low-income Americans to the wealthy. 1 year later, the biggest consequences are still to come. This just about sums it up. Once all the law's major provisions are fully phased in, Congressional Budget Office estimates show the poorest households will end up with roughly $1,200 less each year on average, while the wealthiest Americans will gain about $13,600. I don't think it could be much clearer, said Sharon Parrott, president of the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a think tank that analyzes federal budget and tax policies. They extended tax cuts for very wealthy people. They expanded tax cuts for very large estates. They put in new tax cuts for quite profitable businesses, and they did that in the same bill. They made millions of people lose food, health assistance and health coverage. This is your future, MAGA. This is your future. You pay more while the billionaires get more. You're not even getting trickle-down theory. You're getting trickle-up theory. Except while they're trickling down... ah! Whoa! That was a lot of saliva. While they're trickling down piss on you, you're trickling up actual money to them. That's your future, MAGA. You guys have nothing. Certainly walked up upon. All he does is call everyone else pedophiles. I think this is considered hate speech. Trump is currently post one a day OAD. Well, maybe don't be pedophiles. Like, if you guys don't want to be Nazis and you don't want to be called pedophiles and Nazis, then don't rape children and don't kick people out of the country that are citizens. I don't know how much clearer it can be. Queers for Palestine. under Biden started bombing. Here's the thing, OG Two-Tone 619. He says, amazing work, liberals. Under Biden started bombing Gaza. Yeah, dude, we know. And we protested it then. And we hated it then. And you know what? Here's the other thing. That's actually a moment where you could actually agree with each other on. But you MAGA pedophiles are so deep into just hating everything. You're so antisocial. You have completely lost the plot of human contact and empathy that you can't even have a moment to say, hey, we both agree that this was bad, right? Whether it be Biden or Trump. Like, look at Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie. They revealed the Epstein files, and Trump being the #1 pedo in those Epstein files. Even though they're completely opposed on the political spectrum, they found common ground. So you could come in here, you could actually try to find common ground, but you are so antisocial that the only thing you can get your rocks off to is more hate. You have no joy. You don't have fun doing anything. You can't play video games for enjoyment. You can't even beat off for the dopamine rush unless you think of hurting other people. That's your guys' life right now. And you know what? You're going to lose. You can't have a mentality that polluted, that poisoned, and become successful. You just can't. And that's why, again, you MAGA pedophiles are losing $1,200 a year, but all the billionaires and all the elites that you claim you hated so much are gaining more money. 10 Toes Politics says MAGA is fascist trash. 10 Toes, welcome to the chat. True, Gaza was bombed under Biden. Trump had to finish it. Yeah, both parties are finishing. Both parties are a part of war. That's what both parties do. November is going to be sweet. Can't wait. Well done, liberals. You just said it was not just liberals. You said it was also Republicans. Still gets me that we are okay with giving welfare cutbacks to billionaires, but are against helping those that are less fortunate than us. The next Democrat that says we're going to prosecute billionaire welfare recipients is going to win a 50-state sweep. I'm calling it. Bram5642 says, life is good. America is great. America is so great that you're in my chat and not out living in America. So crazy. John Fisher says you have to sit down to pee. How's AIDS? Actually, healthier than you. But hey, after last night, you've got it too, buddy. I didn't tell you on purpose. This is Kyle Michaels 01. This is the most attention these MAGA chuds ever get. That's also a great point, Kyle. These MAGA pedophiles come into this chat wanting the negative interaction because they actually have no one else in their lives. Their parents don't want to talk to them. They don't have kids. And the kids that they have don't want to talk to them because they're pedophiles and rape their children. They don't have any friends. Their coworkers find them weird because they keep going into everyone in the break room saying, what is a woman? So they have no social interaction. So they come in here. Corzine, I saw you had a couple comments. Bear with me. I'm trying to get caught up here. But Biden did not make billions off bombing Gaza. That is a very good point, Ralph Perry. Gaza struck Israel, and then Biden struck to protect them. Ralph Perry, please don't defend Biden bombing Gaza in my chat. That's not it, brother. Yes, Biden did start it. Biden funded the war with Israel against Gaza. In Islam, Israel will be great for 80 years. That they will go back. How they were scattered around the world is through 70. I don't get it. What did I miss? Okay, what'd you say? Corzine, I'm so sorry. Over half of all voters didn't even bother to vote. Yes, that's a big part of it. You're telling me that 2 of his idiot sons who managed to hook their dad 34 felonies did something stupid with other people's money? Yeah. It's almost like the people who crashed a fucking casino into bankruptcy probably shouldn't be trusted with the Treasury. Just saying. These cretins are closer to being on-off snap than they are to being a janitor at any country club. Exactly. But hey, they want this. That's why they want this culture war bullshit rather than focusing on the problem, which is that the billionaires are taking over. Oh, Jiggleballs, I'm sorry. I missed your comment. Like I said, you're a good man. Something we can just laugh and moving forward. No problem at all. Enjoy Friday cocktail. Thank you, brother. Thank you. If Biden bombed Gaza, Biden started the war. No, Netanyahu started the war. What is so difficult for you to understand this? Netanyahu started the war, and Biden supplied it. Biden was a collaborator to war. This is not complicated, Ricky Bobby. I ran Ralph out of here. Dax, I don't think you know what you're talking about. You didn't run Ralph Perry anywhere. So the corruption...
What you take away from...
And this is a real shows exactly what's going on. So then he started it. Ricky Bobby, are you fucking stupid? Netanyahu started the war. He started it with the Hannibal Directive. He started it with the checkpoints. He started with putting them into an an open-air prison. He started with concentration camps with a two-tier justice system where Palestinians can be raped and tortured and murdered in broad fucking daylight. He started with terrorist attacks in West Bank, and then when Hamas retaliated, which is bad, you just said Biden did. Okay, you're just a fucking idiot. Get the fuck out of my chat. Jesus Christ. I said Netanyahu started it. Jesus. Here's again, like I said, these MAGA pedophiles, like look at Ricky Bobby, for example. I was there agreeing with him. Netanyahu started the war, Biden helped, and then Trump continued it. Both parties, right? I'm on his side. I'm agreeing with that aspect. And rather than taking that middle ground, rather than taking that moment of literal human connection, he had to pick a fight. Because these pedophiles literally cannot understand empathy. They cannot understand human connection. They cannot understand a moment of joy, a moment of being human with one another, because their entire ideology is based on degrading people different from them. I've had actual legitimate moments of connection in my chat with people different from me, with people who are on the MAGA side of things. And yet, I'm not going to push the issue further. I'm going to talk my things. They're going to talk their things. They'll agree or they won't, and we'll have a dialogue. I've actually had that happen, but these people, the MAGA pedo party is literally not capable of. Frank Vrooman, none of that happened at all. What is none of what happened? Are you talking about Gaza? If you don't understand facts, then facts don't care about your feelings, dude. Ricky Bobby gets the shake but doesn't understand the bake part. Quran, it says power will come, that the people of Israel will be of power in the one for 80 years. Hamza, look, respectfully, I think you're quoting the Quran because I believe you're Muslim, but I'm atheist. I don't like any religion, so I don't have a comment on that. ARG432 says the Democrats are the pedophiles, and that's why it's Republicans like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump, Peter Thiel, Mark Bessent, and a whole bunch of other Republicans that are in the Epstein files, right? ARG432 confirmed mega pedophile. Oh, DA, you are so fucking stupid. You think that the fucking felt tip marker of Antifa being written on the bullets that killed Charlie, you really think that that was real? Why do you think that they're hosting the Tyler Robinson trial? Why do you think that's all behind closed doors? All of that shit is being covered up. They're not showing the truth because even the truth shows that the weapon that was used to kill Charlie Kirk is not the weapon that Tyler Robinson had in his possession at the time, or that was anywhere around his orbit, or that he was found with. God, you guys are fucking idiots. Why would Biden be there in the first place? Are you talking about Gaza? Just my belief. I'm not saying it. Yeah, Hamzi, totally get it. I'm just saying I can't comment on the Quran or, you know, whatever. I don't believe in any religion. I can't comment on that aspect specifically. I can only comment specifically on what's happening in Gaza and Israel. And I don't have to be a religious scholar or a master's degree in genocide to know that it's what's happening there is bad. Seems strange. Seems like Biden started the war. What is... Oh, my God. I'm not even going to bother. You people are so fucking stupid. I don't have time for your shit. Dear First Amendment, I'm protected for a reason. Fuck Trump, fuck MAGA. And if you got a problem with that, I said, fuck you more! Get their ass, Zay Zay. Get them. The only reason it was written on the shells and pens is because they had eaten all the crayons. Yeah, there were no no crayons were nearby for them to write on it. Okay, so look, the point is that the corruption from the Trump pedo party is so bad that even Fox Fake News is calling it out.
So what's your takeaway from that give and take? First off, they asked the president about his blind trust. They said, look, you made money in crypto. He's like, I have nothing to do with that. That's what happens when presidents go into office, right? They put their money elsewhere.
So I don't know enough about the details. He put out a disclosure yesterday. It was eye-opening for a lot of people that you can make that kind of money. Maybe it is in crypto, maybe it's not, but it does feel a little bit like, wait, what is going on? And the White House they have a good point. They're like, well, everybody's making money, everybody's better. But if they think that this issue is not permeating across the country with people going, wait, what? They're not exactly on the most solid ground here. He did a decent job of trying to get the ball down the field a little bit and to deflect, but there's no doubt about that. But it's also the other questions of like, but then your children are involved in this. And if you remember, we spent a lot of time talking about Hunter Biden. Maybe his mistake was only asking for $10 million from Ukraine because maybe he wasn't smart enough to figure.
You know what Hunter Biden should have done? Be more corrupt. That's what Hunter Biden should have done, is be more corrupt. The answer isn't to solve corruption and punish people for corruption? The answer is just be more corrupt. Come on. Let's do corruption squared, people. Let's do the corruption square dance. Let's do it.
You're everything else. Now, these people are businessmen, and they know what they're doing. And look at their big plans, and they're not afraid to take a risk. And if you take a risk, that's how you can make a little bit of money. But you also have to have someone to help maybe open a door, and that's what's happening.
The decisions.
I mean, you know it's bad when even Fox Fake News is coming after them for corruption. That's just bad, bad. Oh, X6, mega pedophile confirmed. Who is this fucking arsler? I am an anti-fascist person that calls Trump a pedophile because that's what he is, and he's in the Epstein files and more than Harry Potter is in the Harry Potter books. Sorry to burst your bubble. Hey, how's those Doge checks working out for you? Remember how Trump is like the #1 crypto earner? Why are you in my chat when you got so much money at hand, dude? The Trump economy is so good. Why are you here? I seen a video showing Kirk's mic was attached to his shirt exploded like the pagers. Oh, cool. So you saw fake news. Got it. You saw some AI slop and you're too stupid to realize the difference. Biden shouldn't have been there. Again, Maggie, I don't know. Maggie, he didn't start the war. Netanyahu started the war. I'm just fucking... I don't have time for bullshit people that don't know the basic facts about Gaza. If you're going to run your fucking mouth like you know what you're... It's different between if you were to ask something. But if you're just going to make declarative statements like Biden started the war, I'm just going to fucking start banning people because this is stupid. You don't know the basic facts. They say to us anti-Semitic while scientifically Arabs are Semitic. How can I be anti-myself? I don't, again, Hamzi, I don't know what that means. Why does Israel have Christians, Islamic, and other religions to live peacefully inside their border? They don't. What are you talking about, Falca? Israelis fucking frequently raid Christian churches. The West Bank terrorists have actually murdered Christians in the West Bank and Israel. What the fuck are you talking about? If Maggie was there, if Kamala was there, she would blow up Gaza. You mean like Trump is doing? Oh, Maggie Dirtybox is a pedophile. We got her. She was playing the long con, right? Just like Donald Trump, how he always plays the long con, you know? He just keeps taking little bits of money of the businesses that he's in until he puts them in Chapter 11. That's what Maggie Dirty Curry Box pedophile was doing. Can't beat the king of corruption. Yeah, America. Waiting for when MAGA starts baptizing at the reflecting pool for the Church of Trump. Oh my God, that's like something out of The Boys, Halgo. If not Biden, then Obama, LOL, dumbasses. What does that even mean? What are you talking about? Oh my God, you people are so fucking weird. And then on top of this is why these MAGA pedophiles are in my chat rather than, you know, at work, because they don't have a fucking job. I mean, they wouldn't be able to get a job even in the best economy because they're losers with no skills. But a disappointing jobs report. The U.S. economy added 57,000 jobs in June, below expectations of 115,000. So it's almost exactly half of what the expectations were. Hospitality jobs declined by 61K. April and May were revised lower by minus 74,000. This is exactly what I figured would happen because April and May were both very positive job reports. And I was seeing that, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And sure enough, it got revised lower. The unemployment rate fell to 4.2%, the lowest in a year, but mainly due to a big drop in people job hunting, which makes me wonder what they're doing instead. Oh, that's right. The MAGA pedophiles are all in my chat rather than job hunting. Bad news. Wages aren't keeping up with inflation. Wage gains were 3.5% in the past year, which is below the 4% inflation. So yet again, what we have here is an economy that was doing well under Biden, and then the Trump economy crash, as it always does. Every single time you get a Republican pedophile in charge, they're going to crash the economy. They're going to crap and crash the economy. I mean, when Arabs say Israel is doing bad, they say we are anti-Semitic, but Arabs are Semitic, and guess who's not? The Polish guy. That's because saying anti-Semitic is just an easy cop-out rather than actually having to deal with the facts, which are the facts that Israel is committing a genocide, and they can't defend that. They can't defend that, so they have to deflect. They can't talk about the facts. MAGA's always blaming Biden or Obama. Yes, they always are. Every single time. Never ceases. That line, job growth is somewhat up in 2026, is just stupidly misleading. Look at the downward trend since January. Yeah, look, it's the corporate media. They're always going to try to fluff. They're going to fluff wherever they can. Did you read the grooming gang report in UK by chance? Yes, you mean the report that extrapolated fake data, and if they were to extrapolate to white people, it would show that 850,000 white people would be responsible for raping children in the UK? Oh, TechCast. By the way, did you know that over 65% of all child rape in the UK is done by white people just like you? Magapedo, got your ass. So, rather than actually focus on the facts, because they can't, the Magapedo party has to do stunts like this.
Was this part of the pool, you know, there had been some damage before. Was this part of the pool specifically, was the sealant already partially removed? Did he rip it back? Can you just describe in detail? Because he maintains that it looks the same as it did before he arrived. That's his.
You know, I'm not going to get into the evidence, but what I told you is what our witnesses saw and experienced. There was an effort, a violent effort, to rip up the sealant from the bottom of the pool. And irrespective of whether or not, you know, we think that, you know, there is some situation that preceded it, we can state and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he caused damage, and that damage is over $1,000.
Key in on that. How do you?
So, it's amazing how she doesn't want to talk the evidence, which, you know, is her fucking job. That's literally her job. She's the U.S. attorney. Her job is the evidence. The fact is, she doesn't have evidence. This is going to end up just like the sandwich guy. Mark my fucking words. These people are going to get acquitted immediately, and the judge is going to be pissed that Judge Janine Weinbach-Pirro wasted their fucking time to begin with.
Prove that $1,000
With an expert. Come to the trial.
It has to be drained. Like, is that because it has to be?
You can.
drained?
We'll hear all that at the trial.
Did he have any tools, or was it just his bare hands?
Right now, we believe it's his bare hands, both hands.
So does that indicate in your belief that it was probably damaged before, or do you believe that he?
Oh, he damaged it.
Further, but do you believe it?
This is totally like the teacher on a power trip, you know? Because she like caught a student doing something that's not even wrong, but it would help them cover up their drinking habits. That's exactly what's happening here.
Had already been damaged before.
He damaged the pool.
Before he touched it.
He damaged this pool.
But there have been, you know, all these videos.
Again, this is just propaganda. Repetition. He damaged the pool. How? He damaged the pool. What's your evidence? He damaged the pool. Ricky, he damaged the pool. Just a broken record.
Well, good. I'm glad you've got that evidence. Come on in the grand jury. You can testify. Next.
Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.
They don't have shit. They don't have shit. Janine Pirro is basically just a leather-wrapped vodka bottle that learned to speak. MAGA can apply for all the agricultural jobs that they wanted. They can, but they won't, because they don't actually like to work. They just like to hate. Kyle Michael 01 says, whoa, one guy with his bare hands damaged the entire reflection pool. Yeah. It's a hell of a job. You're doing a heck of a job, Manny.
So, today a grand jury has returned a felony indictment against a defendant, David Hearn, for felony destruction of property, for which he faces 10 years in prison. The indictment is in response to an incident that occurred on June 19th of 2026, in which the defendant Hearn ripped a piece of recently installed sealant on the bottom of the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial. The evidence shows, and we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt, that Hearn willfully destroyed property at the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. This was a deliberate act to damage the reflecting pool at the National Mall that members of the National Park Service actually have worked hard to restore and have witnessed. By Hearn's own admission, on June 19th, he reached down into the pool. Our evidence further shows that the National Park Service employees observed Hearn actually forcefully and violently pulling up and removing the bottom liner with both
Violently
hands.
removing paint.
According to witnesses, Hearn damaged approximately 2 square feet of sealant from the bottom of the pool. A Parks employee actually told Hearn to stop. to stop his behavior and stop what he was doing. Hearn reacted by shouting at that park's employee, saying that she cared too much about the reflecting pool, and why did she even
I don't believe
care,
that.
since it wasn't her pool.
Of course, it stopped right when I put a piece of orange in my mouth. So it's pretty telling that they're not going up with the Antifa. Antifa did it. This man is clearly Antifa. He's an Antifa operative. You can see here doing Antifa things, like being in the outdoors, doing very, very wild things in the outdoors, like on a river raft, river canoe, white water rafting. I think it's actually extremely telling how weak their case is, that they're not going with the Antifa line because they realize they have to pump the brakes. And I think it also shows that they realize how ineffective that was with the other cases that got acquitted, because it basically poisoned the jury and the judge, and the defense was able to use that against them. Excuse me. So it's very telling that they're not using the Antifa line on this guy. Further, it's funny how this one guy is able to violently rip something up that's floating on the surface. A lot of violence to take stuff out of water. Yeah. Floating stuff out of water, you really got to use strength. It's also funny how they found this guy, not the dude who put a 350-foot slit in the pool. They couldn't find Captain Aquaman Antifa, Captain Aqua Antifa, that went into the pool, do a 350-foot slit with a razor blade. But they found this guy who happened to just pull up fucking paint that was already corroded and chipping and falling out of the fucking bottom of the pool. Crazy. Crazy how that works. What does Antifa mean? Hamzi, Antifa means anti-fascist. So fascism, of course, is the use of it's overt nationalism for a political force that puts power of the people beneath the power of the let me start over. It's a nationalist power force pitting the people against each other, using out-groups to attack in-groups to keep everybody in control, using a nationalist and charismatic leader. Antifa means people who are mentally disturbed. Yamoshi Senju says the people who voted for an actual pedophile. You voted for an actual pedophile and you're talking about mentally disturbed? You guys rape children. There's kind of a difference between fighting fascists like Nazis and Confederates and the Ku Klux Klan, and then you who vote for the Epstein Files people. Bit of a noticeable difference. English is your third language. What's your first and second? This is really impressive. I'm trying to learn a second language, but boy, it's tough. That's really impressive, Hamzi. I'm really impressed. A Florida university is threatening to withhold students' diplomas unless they record a 2-minute video apologizing for a silent protest they staged against ICE action on campus. Such is life in the free state of Florida. Again, free speech, right? This is literally a violation of their First Amendment rights. We have a right to freedom of speech, to freedom of expression. And here, the absolutist free speech party are trying to punish these people for their free speech actions. So let's just see a good little bit of trolling here. Arabic and French, and you turned 16. Oh, happy birthday. Turned 16 yesterday. Arabic and French. French. Why French? You said you're in, where'd you say? I can't remember. You mentioned your country, but I can't remember. Why French? I would have thought Spanish or more localized language. I'm very interested in that.
Come with us to the Great American State Fair. We are here at the Great American State Fair, a wonderful affair put on by Donald Trump to celebrate the 250th anniversary of this great country. It seems like the only thing that's really hot today is the temperature, because it is breaking 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Tunisia was colonized by
degrees Celsius
France.
for our
Gotcha.
national
That
friends.
makes sense.
We were told there were supposed to be tens of thousands of people here, but there wasn't really that many people here at the time. Luckily, I guess that just meant more
There's
fun
even
for
less
us.
people than there were during the week.
I just got out of the American Canvas collab with Faith and Family, and this exhibit was off the charts.
Oh my
There
God,
was an
it's
amazing
broke
exhibit
as
about the
fuck.
Great Awakening, Call Me Woke, there were all these amazing texts and reminders that the separation of church and state, a little overrated. And finally, guys, I got to meet George Washington.
This poor actor.
I was just in the America Innovates exhibit, which out of the vast industrious spirit that America has, illustrated a few particular companies, one of which was, of course, Truth Social, Donald Trump's very own social media app. Another was, of course, TikTok, which has a major stake owned by the pro-Israel, pro-Trump billionaire Larry Ellison, and, of course, our very own SpaceX,
He's
which,
such a troll,
I know
dude.
there's
I
been some
love him.
unsavory headlines lately, but I think it just goes to show Elon Musk really deserves to be a trillionaire.
This is more than a concert. It's a powerful celebration of faith, hope, and the songs that have shaped our nation.
So, even though it's 100 degrees outside, Budweiser still found a way to bring these beautiful
This is pretty good
horses out.
fucking trolling.
And they have their own little cages too. It's so cute. I hope they're having fun, because I know I am.
Guys, you'll never believe. I know they're still working on getting the actual
point of the horses there? I
250-foot
guess
tall
just to
Arc
look
de
at?
Triomphe, or Arc de Trump, as some call it. But in the meantime, they have an amazing mock-up of it right over here.
What a fucking disaster. What a total failure for the Trump pedo
We
regime.
tried ending the day at the reflecting pool, the one that Donald Trump has worked so hard to beautify. But
Attention to all individuals in the area. Trespassing is not allowed. Please leave the premises immediately. Thank you for your cooperation.
there you have it.
Holy shit, fascism. Oh my god. Don't be near the taxpayer-funded thing that you pay for with your own dollars. Wow. Oh my god, I gotta say, I really think this is indicative of the midterms. I just don't like... there is no more juice in the MAGA pedo party. MAGA pedo party? The MAGA pedo party. There's just not. They got nothing left anymore. I mean, like the fact that Trump pushed this so much and he really wanted this to be a big thing for people to go to, and it was a big fucking dud. I don't know, man. I just don't see people getting out to the polls to vote for him. I don't. They said to free you, you must teach. Yeah, so basically colonization, Hamzi. I get it, yeah. Americans have done the same thing to many other places. Your mouth noises are very disgusting and annoying as fuck. You're obnoxious as hell. Morpheus won! Man, this MAGA pedo I haven't seen in a long time. I honestly thought he got jailed. That's incredible. He doesn't like my voices, guys. Morpheus won. Is this better? Do I sound better now, Morpheus? Morpheus, can I have the red pill? Or wait, is it the blue pill? Which pill is the one I need to take to keep me in Morpheus? Where'd you go, Morpheus? You're not replying. How's that, Morpheus? After January 6th, the pardon of people that injured 174 officers, one died after chemical attack, 4 by suicide, but this USA Olympian has the full force of federal law on him. Yeah, you're talking about the, oh God, the burps keep coming. That's what I get for drinking fucking Coke. Where is it? Hold on. There we go. Cherry Coke, no less. Yeah, is he a Olympian? The guy that got arrested? That's crazy. Trump was jealous of Shrek, so he made his own slime pool. What are you doing in my swamp? Tree Killer, I've only been watching you for a few minutes, but I think you would do better to focus on stuff in the Epstein files. Show the... Okay, Tree Killer, I can't tell whose side you're on here because you're using an R slur, and that's not welcome in my chat. And also, I do focus on stuff in the Epstein files. I talk about the Epstein facts almost every single day in my chat. Friday being an exception because I was supposed to go and I was supposed to do a live stream of the new update of 7 Days to Die, but I don't have time for that now because too many MAGA pedos were in my chat. Apologies. Okay, thank you, Tree. Hey, it's all good. Water under the bridge. I do cover the Epstein files. I covered. There was an Epstein drop yesterday. I covered that, and of course, basically every stream I cover new Republicans being arrested for child rape. But I have to go. Thank you to Hidalgo79, Hamzi1, Stan Durko 115, Tree Killer. Thank you for the apology on that. I appreciate it. Morpheus 1, you're still a MAGA pedophile. Please, if you haven't, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel as well. You know, blah, 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 all the self-promoting shit. I unfortunately have to go. Pleasure talking to all of you. I will be back later today to do 7 Days to Die. Okay, bye.